story begin basically put in Revenge of the Fallen. Now, before I start with the actual story, I'm gonna tell you right now I'm adding a few new Autobots. Obviously, we will still have the original ones such as Sideswipe, Jolt, Arcea, Leader, Chromia, Skibbs, and Mudflap. But I'm gonna add three extras, which is gonna be Dino, Drift, and Crosshairs. Now, the 10 of them are basically now part of the team and join them on Earth. Now, the entirety of Revenge of the Fallen, like in the beginning, with them fighting Demolisher and Sideways, I would say goes the same. And basically puts not much changes about that. But oh yeah, I forgot to mention Jazz is alive. Nice. My boy's alive again. But basically put we would basically skip to the forest battle where we would basically see Oximus fighting the Decepticons with the help of Jazz. And in this timeline, something is gonna change. As I would say, this should have happened, but yeah. Now, Jazz and Oximus will work together, and they would manage to kill both Grinder and Starscream. As I'm killing off Starscream because I don't have use for him, and he hasn't been useful in the movies much besides being Megatron's second in command. But Megatron will still kill off Optimus, and Megatron will actually leave after doing this because he realizes the other Autobots are coming in. And seeing the death of Optimus impacts everyone. Now, Jazz orders every other Autobot to go back to base and bring Optimus's body with them. Now, Jazz realizes he has to protect Sam, but he can't bring him to the military, as he realizes the humans might just give him to Megatron and the Decepticons. So he decides to ask a few Autobots to come with him. And here in this, a few Autobots volunteer, and Jazz just picks his team. He picks Sideswipe, Bumblebee, Crosses, and Drift. The five of them basically go off, as they are the ones protecting Sam in this timeline. Skips and mouth flap are not there because honestly, nah, I like this. I like this. Now, the five of them would basically arrive to the same location where Bumblebee, Skips, and Mudflap were in the original timeline, and they are busy discussing what to do. But then, obviously, Sam would show them the symbols on his arm. But in this timeline, it's a bit different, as Crosses actually knows about them and actually studied about them back in the days before the war, and he basically scans Sam and starts studying the symbols, or basically you can say just starts learning them, and he locates the location of the, I would say the sorry, the Matrix, you can say. He doesn't really know the exact location, he just knows it's at Egypt. And with that, they will all go, well, they would want to go, but they don't go yet. As we would still allow them to go straight towards who's this Agent Simmons, and them finding Jetfire and everything else will play out the same, and Jetfire teleporting them there. Only difference is that Jazz asks him how they could, in this timeline, like Jazz is the one to ask him how would they defeat the Fallen. And here in this, Jetfire says that only a Prime could do it. And here in this, the other Autobots realize they need to revive Optimus, and they obviously go through. Now, the other Autobots would arrive straight towards the location where the other Autobots are, and they would quickly realize that they're not really gonna have an easy time. As obviously the Decepticons would come, and the other Autobots would, along with Sam, the humans would find the Matrix. So pretty much put in the Autobots are just busy fighting off the, well, basically put Iron Knight's team is fighting off the Decepticons in front, while Jazz's team is coming from behind and killing the Decepticons from behind, so they can quickly get Sam there. Now, Iron Knight and Arcade and Chromia never like go inside like the battlefield, like inside where all the Decepticons are, because they trust the Autobots that are there. As we realize, there's a lot of them there, and they're all skilled warriors, so they have no reason to go there. So Iron Knight, Arcea Leader, Chromia all stay behind, along with Dino, Hound, Mudflap, Skibbs, Ratchet, and Jolt. All 10 of them basically work together to hold off the Decepticons. And since it's 10 instead of 3 in the original timeline, They're doing a lot of damage actually. Cons are dying, I would say, faster. And thanks to the other Autobots who are killing them from behind, it's much easier. And basically put, the Autobots have an easy time basically killing the Decepticons. Now, I would say mostly everything will play out the same. Optimus will still be revived and all that, and the Fallen grabbing the Matrix and leaving, and Jolt basically upgrading Optimus with Jetfire's parts. And with that, Optimus will just blast off and go straight towards the 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 pyramid or the Star Harvester and fights both the Fallen and Megatron and manages to basically kill the Fallen. And Prime would also be fighting, I would say, Devastator as well. And the reason why is because I'm not really gonna kill off Devastator because let's just say that the Decepticons might need him. So no, Devastator is not dying, but Optimus does fight him. But Devastator manages to escape with Megatron, and yeah, basically, put the movie ends off the same way, and we would cut to basically the Oh, sorry, we just cut to Dark of the Moon. Now, Dark of the Moon would play out the same, but before I continue with that story, I want to say something as well. I'm gonna add more Autobots. I already added some. Now I'm adding more. Oof, but yeah. Now, I added I added who's this? Crosses, Drift, and Dino. Dino actually came way earlier. Same with Crosses and Drift. Like they were in Revenge of the Fallen way earlier. But obviously I'm gonna add more. We technically this is like 16 Autobots, right? Yeah, it was 16. Now we have the Wreckers along with Q and a few others such as Ultra Magnus, Cliff Jumper, Bulkhead, Long Arm, and Smokescreen. Yeah, the 25. Oh wait, no, the five of them plus those four makes nine, and plus the others will make 25. Wow, this is actually a good amount of Autobots. Huh? Big team, big team. But yeah, now we would just basically cut to most of the movie. We just go straight to the highway chase scene, as I mean that's the only place I can change. And the thing is, obviously, we would have the dreads going after Sentinel like they did in Canon. But the difference is Optimus is here with Sentinel earlier, as he's actually next to him. As I'm gonna add, I should have. They should have like kept him alive because this will actually be very funny. As we'll see Devastator basically break the bridge they were on, and we would basically see Optimus fighting off Devastator. And the Autobots that actually are here in the highway chase scene are basically Jazz, Bumblebee, Dino, Sideswipe. I would add Jolt, Drift, and Crosshairs along with Cliff Jumper and Smokescreen. Oh, basically put plus Optimus makes 10 Autobots. That's interesting, actually. That's very good. That's very good. But yeah, some of the Autobots besides who basically hmm, work together, like do tag teams. Now, Jazz and Smokescreen work together to basically fight off one of the dreads, while Sideswipe and Dino work together to fight off one of the dreads, and Drift and Crosses work together to fight off one of the dreads. And we would see Barricade also arriving as he wasn't really useful much, so I'm just gonna kill him off. As we would see Bumblebee fighting off Barricade by himself. And the other Autobots such as Cliff Jumper and who else did I add? I added Jolt, right? Yeah, I did. Yeah, Jolt and Cliff Jumper are working together to basically, working together along with Optimus to fight off Devastator. So Optimus, Cliff, and Jolt work together to fight off Devastator. Bumblebee fights Barricade, and the other Autobots are fighting the on Dread basically, and the Autobots all work together. Now Optimus will basically call reinforcements from every other Autobots, as he orders like every Autobot to get out of base. And since obviously who's this the records are not there. It's just 12 other Autobots, so all of them will basically get out of base. So basically, put there is no Autobot in base, as Optimus actually believes that every Decepticon is basically out for Sentinel, so he calls every Autobot. But that's his biggest mistake. As Sentinel basically has full freedom and basically put he kills way more humans than he ever did in canon. Like there's way more. Actually, there's barely that many survivors. There's like only a few who are not injured, like five random military guys. Um, who's this? Sergeant Linux, Sam. That's the rector lady and her assistants and another random soldier are the only ones that are currently alive. The rest are either dead or seriously injured or about to die. And Sentinel will grab the pillars and leave like he did in canon. Now, Oximus and the other Autobots basically kill off the Dreads, Barricade, and Devastator. Yes, I'm killing off Devastator right now because, to be fair, he was just there as a distraction. Megatron knew he would die because, to be fair, Optimus is not letting Devastator basically go out alive, basically. And a few other Autobots came in to help out, such as Ultra Magnus, Ionide, and Bulkhead, who also came in to help out Optimus, Cliffjumper, and Jolt. And they kill off Devastator and the rest of the Constructicons. Now we will basically cut to Sentinel bringing forth every Decepticon from the moon. And the Autobots obviously coming in. Now the Autobots do try to attack, but Optimus will still tell them to escape or evacuate. Ram would fight Sentinel, well not fight, but tackle him and all that. That scene goes the same. Carly getting captured by Soundwave, and yeah, pretty much put everything else will go out the same. The Autobots still get exiled, and we will basically just cut to the Autobots coming back and saving humanity yet again. Now, in this timeline, this is like, oh my gosh, there's so many Autobots. And what the hell is that? Oh, that's a helicopter. Never mind. But yeah. Now, there's so many Autobots. Like, so many. 25. Oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking about it. I actually should have killed a few. But, I can't lie. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these many Autobots. You know what? Maybe I can split them up into teams. Yeah, I would say Oximus just splits them up into teams. Oh wait, Oximus is gonna go solo. Yeah, he's still gonna go solo. Meaning we only have like what? Oh, we're gonna have three teams. Oh yeah, fair enough, three teams. Yeah, that's more manageable. Okay, the leaders of the teams are Ionide, Jazz, and Ratchet, as they are Oximus's main three. Now, I'm gonna give each team their own name. Inide's team is just gonna be called Team Wreckers because you know who I'm gonna add there. Now, Jazz's team is gonna be called Team Speed. You know what? Not Team Speed. Team Flash. Yeah, Team Flash. Why not? Actually, no. That actually makes no sense. Okay, Team Speed. I get Speedsters. Yeah, Team Speedsters. Why not? And Ratchet's team. Intelligence group. Yeah, why not? These are the three teams. As each team basically represents three things: strength, speed, intelligence. Yeah, dang. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I don't think there's many Autobots that are gonna join Ratchet's team. So I guess this would be pretty much random. But Optimus will obviously go solo as he's like he's the only one with a jetpack. And in this timeline, Optimus never lost his trailer towards Shockwave, so he has it in this timeline. And the rest of the other weapons in the trailer, he gives them towards the other Autobots. Every other Autobot actually grabs the weapons from Optimus's trailer, so the trailer is basically put empty out. And Optimus also grabbed a few other weapons for himself. Now, let's basically just start off. Now we would basically have Ionide's team. Now I'm gonna name the characters. Ionide is obviously the leader. We all know that. We have Legfoot, Robuster, and Topspin. Every other wrecker. I'm gonna add a Hound, Ultra Magnus, Bulkhead, and hmm, Long Arm. Yeah, the eight of them are basically in a team, and they are basically Team Wrecker, obviously. Their main focus is to basically deal heavy firepower and basically use the overall firepower, strength, and overall durability to take attacks, dish out attacks. They basically put team offense. They're all about offense. There's no defense in this team. It's just offense. Basically, put a bunch of maniacs inside a team, you got that. That's pretty much what the team is. Yeah, and we will basically cut to Jazz's team, which is Team Speedster, which has basically all the fastest Autobots in the team. Now, obviously, we got my boy Jazz. Obviously, we're gonna get Jazz there. Jazz, yeah, Jazz, Bumblebee, Dino, Sideswipe, RC, Alita, Chromia, and Cliffjumper. Yeah. Now, there eight of them are basically put Team Speed. Just actually no. Let me remove a leader for now. Not a leader. Mudflap. Why not? Yeah. This is just Team Speed. Their main focus is using their stealth, overall speed, and agility to basically put. They're like assassins. They attack, leave, attack, leave. Basically, put. They're all about stealth. That's basically Team Speed. And now we have Ratchet's team. Ratchet's team is basically pure intelligence, which has obviously we're gonna have Q, we're gonna have Jolt, we're gonna have a leader, we have Skibs. Who else? Dang, I actually kind of forgot the other Autobots. I would did I? Yeah, I did. I would add crosses there. Even Drift and I forgot another Autobots. What's his name? I know it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's too many Autobots. I'll obviously forget. But yeah, that's pretty much the teams. Now the team, well, Ratchet's team is just mostly about reducing numbers. They are focusing just taking out every like these. They take out the smaller groups like random Decepticons. They're basically the smart ones. They played smart and all that. Now Megatron is obviously informed by that human dickhead. I don't know why. This character just is annoying. He chose the wrong side, but hey, he's an idiot. Now he's obviously informed Megatron. Now Megatron does send Soundwave and a bunch of other Decepticons to basically hunt down the Autobots. And Oxymus would inform his entire team what's going on. And hearing this, all the Autobots decide to team up against Soundwave's group. And the thing is, Soundwave's group is like the same amount of Autobots. So 24 random protoforms and Soundwave. And they basically made an entire plan. And this is the most disgusting plan I've ever made. Dang, this is disgusting. How are you gonna fight against this? Like, tell me. Basically, this is how the plan is. Our Knight's team will basically come in front using Stealth Force and everything. We all know what Stealth Force is. When Bumblebee transformed into like basically transformed his car form into like a you can say a very heavily car. You can say something. I don't know how to describe it, but basically, Bumblebee has a bunch of weapons, but he's still in his vehicle form. That's basically what Iron Knight's team is doing. They're all in Stealth Force, and I mean every single one of them. And the Wreckers have their own Stealth Force. I mean, they're already in Stealth Force, but they have another Stealth Force, which I like to call Ultimate Stealth Force. Yeah, that's basically what they do. And Jazz's team is basically on top of the roof, like on roofs, basically, as their team assassins. And assassins are usually on top of rooftops to basically just jump and kill enemies like that. That's basically what they do. And Ratchet's team is basically underneath them, like way under, like under buildings and everything, to basically jump out and start attacking. Basically, they're basically under the buildings and all that. I guess underneath, and the plan goes into motion. Iron Knight's team quickly comes in and starts attacking using Stealth Force. And seeing this, Sunwave will inform his Decepticons to attack. But then Jazz and his team jump off of the buildings and start shooting from the top. And who's this? Sunwave sees this and is shocked. But then Ratchet's team basically comes from underground and basically starts attacking his team. Now, Sunwave is about to shoot, but then Ratchet just comes out of nowhere, basically uses his buzzsaw to slice off Sunwave's arm. Grabs his gun, shoots a random Decepticon and kicks him away. And Bumblebee basically lands on Soundwave and grabs him and basically kills him the same way he does in canon. And they will kill off the rest of the Protophones. And the Autobots will quickly decide to basically go straight for the final battle. And we would basically see all the Autobots working together to basically kill those Decepticons way in front. You know where Shockwave was? They basically do that. They do basically Optimus's rage scene, but instead of being Optimus's rage scene, it's the Autobots' rage scene. They quickly attack and kill basically every single Decepticon, and even kill off Shockwave. Um, I would say Ultra Magnus gets the finishing blow and all that. Yeah. Now, basically, puts Sentinel will come down and he's mad against all the Autobots. He's pissed off. Why would they do this? He decides to take out his Rust cannon, as you should all realize, he never used it. And as he's about to shoot, suddenly it blows up as Optimus shoots some missiles against it. Because remember, Prime never went to his rage scene, meaning he still has his jetpack. Optimus would use his jetpack to overwhelm Sentinel, and we would have Megatron and the rest of the other Decepticons fighting. But this is just unfair at this point. The Autobots are not overwhelming them; they're destroying them. Every single Decepticon is getting stabbed, sliced, shot, ripped apart. As Iron Knight's team uses their brute strength to rip Decepticons in half, or basically rip them apart. Well, Jazz's team uses their blades basically, as Jazz actually managed to actually get a sword thanks to Q. Q basically made swords for everyone or knives and all that. And the Autobots say, oh well, Jazz's team is mostly using them, stabbing and ripping the Decepticons apart. And basically put Ratchet's team is just overwhelming them as they're using their gadgets, tools, and everything. Overall, it's just not fair. It was never fair from the beginning. The Autobots win. Now, Optimus basically put is getting overwhelmed, but Ultra Magnus comes in to help him. And Optimus would use his axe to kill Megatron the same way. Why is he killing Megatron? Because Prime is actually tired of it. You see, the thing is, yes, Megatron never killed any Autobot, but the thing is, he has multiple chances to give up, but he never stops. So Prime is just sick of it. So he just kills him the same way. And yeah. Now we would basically see Sentinel getting beaten up and basically being put in cuffs. As Optimus does not kill him. As Sentinel, yes, he did try to enslave humanity, but Prime sees his point, you can say. As you see, I would say the reason why Optimus killed him in the original was because he killed Iron Knight. As that actually makes way more sense than anything. As to be fair, if someone killed my best friend and they're dead, they're right there, they can't fight back. I'm straight up killing them. And listen, to be fair, if someone killed your best friend and they're right there, you have the perfect chance. You have to take that shot. Yeah. But this time, Prime doesn't kill him because, yes, he cares about humanity, but to be fair, he technically doesn't really have a reason to kill Sentinel, so he basically puts him in cuffs. And the movie will end off with Optimus saying that they would defend humanity no matter what. As, oh yeah, Bumblebee still destroys, well, not Bumblebee, Jazz, Ratchet all work together to basically destroy the pillar. And all the ships teleports whatever. Cybertron goes back, and yeah, pretty much the movie still ends off. Not the same, but ends on a good note. No Autobot deaths, no nothing. Dang. You know what? This is not bad, but I'll see if I can kill off some Autobots in Age of Extinction. See you guys later. Peace.